Hey everybody, it is September 28th, 2020, about 5 p.m. here in Michigan. Hope everybody is having a good day today, hoping that you are preparing and, getting your family ready with a plan and, all the other things that are going to be so important come this fall and winter that we are, rapidly approaching. We are already at the end of September. And on a personal note, my mom's birthday is tomorrow, and my son's birthday is on October 8th. So this is definitely an important time. Important time for me and my family as well. But first, really fast, I want to apologize because I had a comment, and the subscriber was really nice about it. It was not, an attack or anything like that, but they had said that, I needed to calm down a little bit. Don't get so worked up because I'm actually spreading fear. And I just want to say I am extremely, extremely sorry. That is not that is not what I want at all. You know that. You all know that. So like I told them in the comment, it's just I get really emotional. That's me. That's how I've always been my entire life. I wear my emotions on my sleeve, like it's just there. So it's hard, because I'm always thinking about my family and all of you, and just seeing what we're going through and everything. But I'm gonna try to back it down just a little bit. I'll do my best. It's hard, to change who I am because that's who I am. It's just, I'm a brutally honest person and kind of can it can backfire at times, but it's okay. But let's get into this. This is really important, and this is coming out of the Washington Post, okay? And we've been watching all the hurricane seasons. We've been talking about it. We've had all these ones that have hit, and how bad they've been pumping this entire year up. And let's read this. It says October Atlantic Hurricane Outlook. Busy times ahead, with one system to watch already. You know what I mean? He said they're like, already you have one. You better start watching it right now. And we're gonna get into it because you definitely do need to watch it. But it's just they're gonna continue to push the fear and. That's why I was saying I was apologizing for that. Cause that's not what I want. I'm just doing everything I think I can do to get you prepared. You know what I mean? And I need you to know that it's very, very serious. That you need to, prepare for these things, even if they all don't happen. But it's better to be ready. And this goes on to it says after late September, pause. More tropical storms and hurricanes are likely. This is another thing where you just see them over and over again. They know what's coming. You know what I mean? You can see it. It's so obvious that they're, planning and they know what's going on. Here's the system that is that they're talking about that we need to start watching. And in a second, I'll get you into some of the models. They're all over the place. We have so many different models. It's just, they're all over the place. So we'll just take a quick look at them because they're going to change. And, we'll just keep an eye on this. But this says, the tropics are quiet, too quiet. In fact, there are no named tropical cyclones roaming the oceans anywhere in the world. We're still in peak period of hurricane season in the Atlantic and the Pacific. And yet the seas are eerily silent. Why is, eerily silent? That's a good thing, right? But look, this hiatus won't last long. You still think that they, don't know everything that's going on. It says the slumber across the globe's oceans began Friday when former tropical storm Beta dissipated and Teddy became fully non-tropical. Contributing to the slowdown has been increased sinking air over the Atlantic, acting to suppress the thunderstorm growth needed to nucleate tropical development. Though that looks to reverse by the second week of October, with tropical activity roaring back. It says it's already been a record-setting season, with the Atlantic tipping into the Greek alphabet after exhausting its list of conventional storm names for only the second time on record. And like I talked to you about it, when they named all these things, so many of them were barely anything, personally, I've been watching and covering this stuff for a long time, and I don't think this year has been that bad. I'm not, please don't think I'm being, inconsiderate to the people that have been hurt by these things. It's horrible, but I'm just saying, in the gist of things, you look back at 2017 and this it's not even on the same page, It goes on, it says, this year's rambunctious hurricane season has seen the earliest forming C all the way to W storms on record, not to mention the fastest a season has ever made a run toward or into the Greek alphabet. Gamma is up next, you know. It says, while the vast majority of systems this year have been quick hitting and rather weak. Exactly. That's what I was saying. But it says, some, like Laura, Sally, and Isaias, have been more disruptive and damaging. And history teaches us to never let our guard down in October. Okay, now look. Laura, we know, wasn't what it said it was. You know, let's take that one out. Isaias was a crazy storm that wasn't. It was just more like, you know, tons and tons of tornadoes, you know. And Sally, that one had pretty strong winds, and, you know, they all dumped water, and, you know. But look at this, though. Beware of October. You know, like, they are pushing this really, really bad, okay? And they have been all year, so we know that there's something coming, right? We know that there is a storm that they're going to breed. And this is Michael, right? That they said is a Category 5. And they have been pushing this so much on, like, the Weather Channel, and other channels are doing, like, documentaries on, you know, Hurricane Michael and how it turned from nothing into a Cat 5, you know, within 2 days. And, oh, you know, and we know how insanely modified and manipulated that storm was. That storm was built from scratch to a devastating, you know, it was just a weather weapon. It only hit a certain area, you know, like there's great people that have covered this. And Truth by Grace I don't know if they're still up. They have went after her channel because she is so spot on showing the wind speeds and how, like, you know, only where they're, you know, in a very small portion in the center is where actually the winds were, but then literally within a few miles, you know, to each side of that area, there was nothing. The wind speeds were nothing. The damage was nothing, but in the center it was like a bomb went off, you know. It says, October is a month that has featured many of the United States' most vicious and infamous systems, including Michael in 2018, the most recent Category 5 to make landfall in the lower 48. Wilma in October 2005, remains the most intense hurricane ever recorded in the Atlantic from an air pressure standpoint. And other systems such as Mitch in 98, Opal in 95, and Hazel in 54 left a mark too. Hazel even brought a 113-mile-per-hour gust to the Battery in New York City after lashing Washington with gusts to 98 miles an hour. During October, wind shear, or a change of wind speed and or direction with height, begins to ramp up over the central and eastern Atlantic. That can tear a system apart before it develops. And the chain of African easterly waves that seed storms development begins to, you know, peter out this time of year, shutting down the hurricane factory. There's one more that I see in one of the models that's coming across from the African coast, but, you know, we'll get into that real quick. It says, in the Gulf of Mexico and Caribbean, however, the water temperatures are near their warmest, while wind shear remains near its minimum. For states such as Florida, October is the most dangerous month for hurricanes. Of the 112 recorded hurricanes to have struck the Sunshine State since 1950, 38 have occurred in October. Okay, and yes, a lot of these ones that I were looking at, the spaghetti models and all the things, show one or two different hurricanes, you know, hitting Florida, sitting on them pretty, you know, it was pretty nasty in some of them. They've been updated now and they're not as bad, but we all know these are going to go where they want them to go, and, you know, they're going to rapidly intensify. So whatever we see on these models, even if it shows a Category 1 or, you know, a Category 2, you know how they'll do it. In the middle of the night, it'll rapidly intensify, and in 24 hours, it will, boom, blow up and go through their bombogenesis that they say, and it will be a Category 4 to Category 5 when you wake up like Michael was, okay? So you have to prepare for these, all right? You know, it says, October also features a southward advance in the jet stream as cold air begins to build over Canada. That can help fuel intense extratropical transitions as the remnants of hurricanes blast north. That was behind Sandy's onslaught in the mid-Atlantic in late October 2012. So that's the thing. They've been comparing this all year to Katrina and Wilma, right? And Rita, that 2005 season, and you know, it was really bad. And, you know, now they're doing it with Sandy. You know what I mean? That's psychological warfare, okay? So here, we are going to, I'll leave the links, like I always do, in the description, so you can go ahead and go read the rest of this, okay? But I want to get into what I've looked up, all right? Now, real quick, you remember, right, that they were talking about an October surprise, right? A few different people had said it, and like in government. And, you know, I've really been waiting for some type of a false flag. And could this be, you know, could they use a hurricane? Of course they could. So, you know, we need to watch for that, because that could definitely be the October surprise. And I have a feeling we're going to have more than just one October surprise. So that's why I was trying to get everybody as prepared as possible. But right here, check this out. This is just one, you know, one article. It says, an October surprise is coming. Trump is making sure of that. It's only 3 days ago, okay? Now they go on to talk about it, you know, probably being, you know, something political, something, you know, who knows? But a false flag would fall right into their wheelhouse. You know, don't put anything past these people. The ones that really are pulling the strings, you truly don't put anything past them. They are evil, and as evil as it comes. So they, you know, they'll do whatever they want. So that's why I just want everybody prepared. You know, and we'll check this out. You know, look, this is the tropical intensity index, you know, from today. And you can clearly see that, you know, we still have plenty of highly favorable, you know, water temps. These are, you know, very, very hot still. Good thing is you start seeing them come down, you know what I mean, a little bit in these areas. That's great. I'd love to see as green as possible. You know, but let's go on. Look at this. See, here's your actual water temps, you know, and they're still in the 80s, even all the way up here, but you have, you know, high 80s, 87, 87, 87, 86, you know, right here. And what you're going to see, too, is a couple of these storms that are building on these. Some start here and kind of go up right into here and stay in this area. It's nuts. I'll show you. But yeah, you can see it's 87. One of them has it coming right over here and hitting into here, which would make sense. It's hotter here, you know, so we just got to watch it. Like I said, these things are going to change 100 times, and I believe that the best way to figure out where they're going to go is just to listen to them. Listen to them, hack their headlines, hack their reports, and see kind of where they're leaning and where they're talking about preparation and your evacuation routes. You know, the same thing that I saw with the one hit, you know, with Laura. So we definitely need to pay attention. And if you don't remember, I made a video probably about a month ago. They were talking about a hurricane coming up and hitting Tampa. Okay, hitting the west coast of Florida. So, you know, I have a feeling that is the target area. Somewhere, you know, on the west coast of Florida, okay, for one of them. Now, there could be multiple. You'll see that. We have a few that literally are anywhere, all up into here, some up even further, some, you know, one more still coming across the Atlantic. So, you know, we just got to keep watching this. But this is the storm that we need to definitely pay attention to. It's an area being monitored, okay, and it is just a collection of thunderstorms right now, and it's, you know, still has not got into the Gulf of Mexico, so we need to watch this, all right? See right here, this is from the Hurricane Center, okay, and it says, disturbance 1, 40% chance of a cyclone formation in 5 days. It says, as of 2 p.m. Eastern time, Monday, September 28, 2020, a broad area of low pressure is expected to form over the Western Caribbean Sea in a few days. Environmental conditions are expected to be conducive for some gradual development thereafter, and a tropical depression could form late this week or this weekend while the system moves slowly west-northwestward over the Caribbean Sea. It says formation chance through 48 hours is near 0%, and through 5 days it's medium at 40%. This looks like this is definitely going to develop into a hurricane. But like I said, you just don't really know. We got to pay attention, okay? But let's just keep going. All right, here, we'll get into a couple of these, you know, the forecast. Sorry, the forecast model drew a complete blank right there. And when it comes to this type of stuff right here, if you are not subscribed to Mike Morales or Above Ground World News, please go subscribe to Mike. He is by far, in my opinion, the best person for any forecast, for anything when it comes to this kind of stuff, because he is not just like a weather guy that's going to tell you by looking at just, you know, all the charts and he ties in all the weather modification. He has an eye for it and he sees it. So please go check Mike Morales out, because he will get you, you know, he does a live stream almost every single night at 10 p.m. So I will leave a link in my description so you can definitely get over there and check him out. He is great. Here we go. This was the GFS, and this is showing literally this is on my son's birthday, okay, where these are going to be. And you see this one right here, look at that, a 947, so, you know, you're talking a category 4 hurricane. And, you know, we definitely need to watch it. You know, I've said that like 10 times, but that's pretty much all we can do right now and prepare, you know. try not to allow yourself to be in a position where you're going to need the government for anything. You know, you don't want to have to go to a shelter. You're not going to want to have to go for supplies, anything like that. You're not going to want to, definitely not going to want to have them come and rescue you, okay? So, like we always say, when these things start getting closer and you start seeing spaghetti plots and paths that are close to you, if you can get out of the areas and just go to family for a few days, just do it. It just takes away all the stress on you and your family. You know, well, not all of it, but it'll take a very good, you know, portion of it. All right, but, you know, like I said, that one shows it, you know, 947, so that one's pretty strong. Let's see, we'll show where it goes. Here we go. It kind of like spins, goes to a 950, 961, but look at this. It just sits here as like a Cat 2 somewhere in there, and look at it, it's still sitting on it. Just sitting on Florida, dumping rain and wind, and then it just literally dissipates to nothing. And that was just crazy, you know, and it just sits there, and then, you know, it pretty much goes to nothing. But actually, that was the end of this. So actually, that's not true. So I apologize for that. This definitely could redevelop. And I do see a couple models actually that showed it up here. So, or at least part of the storm reforming up here. I don't know if it would be the same, you know, same hurricane or what it would be. This one is the GFS Paramount. Look at this up here, though, real fast. You see this massive, pretty much cyclone, just huge wind field. You know, these are just insane. You're starting to see these more and more, and you're seeing them over land so much. But look at this one. This is on October 13th, okay? This one, look at you. I have, you know, a Cat 2-ish somewhere in there. Hurricane, you know, sitting right here. And then this is the one I was talking about where it still showed one coming off of the coast of Africa. And this is 950 Cat, you know, you're talking a Cat 4, you know. So, with a long ways to go, because there's only one more, you know, frame after this. So here I can come back a little bit and kind of show you where they go from, you know. Here, let's back it up to right there. We go. All right, now watch this. One comes off of Africa, you start seeing that, you know, but they're a little bit everywhere. Here's that first, you know, where it starts building, right? There it goes, you know, and here's the other one building off the east coast of Florida. Look at 984, and it kind of, you know, look at that one gets all the way to there, like we just showed. And I'll keep looking at this because every day, obviously, it's going to get more, but I mean, right, at this time, you have two hurricanes, both to worry about, you know, if you're anywhere in these areas that can, you know, get hit. You know, and this one coming across, you know, I was really hoping that none of the islands, you know, Puerto Rico, any of those got hit again, you know, just since Maria and Irma and all of them just destroyed, they don't need to get hit anymore, you know, so, so there you go, you got that one. This one could come anywhere, I don't know, we'll see, you know, it looks like most of them show it kind of hanging in here, but then getting pushed off, but you know, they're going to manipulate this. You gotta watch it, and there's still some over here in the Pacific too that kind of head, you know, up and out, and we're not gonna get into those, but you just have to watch this, you know. So share this information as best we can. Here, we'll go to the last one, and I'm gonna end this. I don't want it to be too long. This one also shows another one coming across. See, this is the 11th, okay? Another one that goes to a 965, and here we'll play on. But this, and also real quick, this is the one I said that hit southern Texas. See, 974, you know, so Cat 1-ish. Jewish, and that was what I was saying about, like, the water intensity, you know, so, like, going up right there, so, and I think this might be the one where it just sits and swirls. There were some crazy ones, but here, let's back this up a little bit so you can see it, because there's two of them, you know. Here, watch the Gulf first. It's okay, so it's starting to form, and it just kind of sits here. Look at this, it sits, look at it, it was up to a 960 something right there. Sorry, I get that off of there. You know, and look, it literally does a complete hook. Let's go back and pause this. All the way back down. Look where at the end of this forecast, it's actually back down here. It's gone up, turned around, and then now come back, and it's just sitting there. So where is that going to go next? You know what I'm saying? But now let's go over here, and real quick, there, you know, how I was talking, you know, it's not a hurricane, but it looks like one. You know, that one's a little spread out, but a couple days ago, it was really bad. You know, and you're just seeing these things more and more where the wind fields are just, look at that. It's crazy, right? The weather is definitely being controlled, manipulated, to crazy, levels right now. But here, let's watch the other one. All right, let's go back. Let's watch this one coming off Africa. And like I said, these are so far out, they can go everywhere, so we don't need to freak out. So I'm not telling you to panic, please. And I hope that I got my, my thought across, or my, my feelings across without any fear. This gets down to 960-ish. I think I saw it at 961 on one of the other ones. So we're going to have a few storms to watch. Okay, that's all we needed to talk about. That's what I needed you to see. And like I said, we just need to watch it. It's a disturbance. Yes, it looks like it's going to form. So let's pay attention, right? Everybody share this information. Talk to everyone. Please, if you haven't, like this video. And please, if you haven't subscribed, please. And if you could check out my backup channel, Eric Sees All Too, just in case that they do, lock down this channel, I can at least still be uploading to that one, hopefully. Everybody continue to pray against all this that's going on. There is just, so many things coming and happening right now that it's impossible for me to keep up. I have to pick 3 or 4 stories a day to try to cover, you know what I mean? So it's hard. That's another reason, real quick, I remember now, I want you to please leave more comments down below telling me what you want to cover. I have had a couple and I so appreciate it. So one of my subscribers talked to me about the Florida stuff, telling them that they pulled all their COVID restrictions. And so just keep doing things like that. And I may not get to it right away, but I will do my best to get to it. I'm actually working on one right now. I had an email, and it is about a certain school and the forms that they have to sign in, what they have to sign to release their child to be able to be done in these schooling systems, okay? I already had one up, and they blocked it worldwide before it got up. I've never had that happen on this type of a article. Like, I didn't say the things that I thought, would get it banned, like some do. But anyways, I'm trying to remake that, and then I will let you know the great subscriber that sent me that, and we'll get that out there too. So, but just leave a comment down in the comment section and let me know what you are interested in. Okay, everybody, stay safe, stay strong. We'll talk to you soon. God bless.